Brooks Running has a new shoe for you runners out there. Did you hear that? Better turn up your volume. In fact, turn it up to the max. Introducing the all-new Ghost Max. It's got all kinds of things to make your knees and ankles feel protected, like Max Cushion, Max Soft Landings with DNA Loft V2 foam, and Max Smooth Rides with their Glide Roll Rocker. Feel better on your run with Ghost Max. Learn more at brooksrunning.com.
Pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about comic books
and other stuff.
In this week's issue, Doctor Hormone.
Welcome into Bros, Foes, and Heroes.
Hey.
Where this week's character will not disappoint. I was explaining to Mike a little bit that this was not going to be the plan for the show going in for this week's episode. Next week, I'll go ahead and tease right now. I've been hanging on to it for a while, and we're finally going to do it. Charles Barkley versus Godzilla.
I love that.
It's a standalone, just like a single issue from Dark Horse, but it was in the 93, 92. And in looking for this, I discovered like a whole ad campaign for Nike.
Are they the same size?
Something happens to where Charles Barkley does.
I love that then.
Yeah.
I like that either Godzilla got shrunk or Charles Barkley got gigantic.
Well, you would think if you were able to shrink Godzilla.
Yeah, that you could defeat him.
I feel like
we don't need it. We'll save it for next week
because I could do a solid 15 minutes on just shrinking Godzilla and what you could do with him.
Sure.
So I don't want to waste that now.
Who couldn't?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I came across, while looking through some of our favorites, these old public domain comics.
Yeah, I love that stuff.
There was a publication house at the time, Dell Comics.
Dell?
Dell.
D-E-L-L.
Like the computer.
Oh, wow.
Spelled the same too.
Okay.
But
is that how they started?
No. I don't think they're related at all. But they released a anthology of comics monthly.
Okay.
Entitled
Love these anthologies because they didn't have to write a whole lot.
No, it was just like,
they were just like, give us 4 pages.
Like, and that's the thing is all of these, our character today is Doctor Hormone. Is from a Popular Comics, was the anthology that Dell Comics put out monthly.
That's a weird way to say it.
It had other stories in there, like, because you have to read through, like I would scroll through to find his stories. But so the Masked Pilot was one. I think there was one like the Tornado Boys.
Tornado Boys?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was like Wally Wilbur or something. It was like 2 W's, but he was like All American Boy.
Yeah.
And it's like stories of him playing football and fighting in the war.
Look at that Wally Wilbur go.
Yeah. And we'll see. This is in 1940 is what we're looking at.
Oh, wow.
Time-wise. So there's a lot of emphasis on just war in general at this time.
We hear there's a war.
Even in comic books.
Yeah.
But our character today is Doctor Hormone.
Okay.
Don't know what his first name is.
Doctor.
Never given. Maybe it is Doctor. Yep. His last name is Hormone.
It's weird. It's Doctor.
Doctor.
Hormone.
But he deals with hormones.
Doctor Hormone, PhD.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Doctor, and Doctor. So
MD.
But it's his legal name is Doctor Hormone for this. And yes, we come to learn that he studies things and is able to produce basically these hormones.
Okay.
If you're hoping for an issue that like really tackles the science behind hormones and how everything works, and that they're very accurate and just any of the science makes sense, this isn't the book.
Sure.
Because we're going to find out really quick. There's blank hormone that can do about anything that they're able to create with this stuff.
Right. And now, a word from our sponsors.
Brooks Running has a new shoe for you runners out there. Did you hear that? Better turn up your volume. In fact, turn it up to the max. Introducing the all-new Ghost Max. It's got all kinds of things to make your knees and ankles feel protected, like Max Cushion, Max Soft Landings with DNA Loft V2 foam, and Max Smooth Rides with their Glide Roll Rocker. Feel better on your run with Ghost Max. Learn more at brooksrunning.com.
And if you were hoping to be able, what
I
was
love
that?
That's great.
Well, I was able to jump right back in.
Yeah,
and
no,
just-
you did great.
Okay. Well, you threw me
Yeah.
off with your.
Yeah, I'm breaking that fourth wall. here,
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So now I got to re-psych myself up to get back into it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Oh, man. Old radio habits die hard.
Yeah, sure. How long were you on with the radio?
I worked at the radio stations for 10 years.
Wow.
And I was on air for about 5 of those years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah. So
That is probably a hard habit to break.
yeah. Like there's just little things that I do now that I don't even think about that I still.
In the
Jim?
Huh? No, that's not me. That's Zach Owen.
In
He's older.
in the immortal
I worked
words
for a
of
sports station.
the guy who sang for Chicago, you can't remember
That
his name.
yeah. Well, I know the
It
band
was a
Chicago.
hard habit to break.
Hard habit. Yeah, that's true.
There you go. Yeah, I thought that was good enough to say out loud.
I appreciate it. All right, here we go.
Mhm.
I'm gonna jump right back in.
Wait,
where I was.
we're not including any of that?
You know
Come
what?
on, that's comedy
Fuck
gold.
It. It's in. All right. So I don't
love
get
that.
to. I don't get to. It's these
Yeah.
Thursday nights.
Yeah, it's great.
I started to cut back in. Now we just.
Yeah.
We pick it up. If you were looking for a science
Sure.
comic where it was accurate or an accurate science at all,
Yeah.
it's not here because you're going to find out that everything he produces is a something hormone that will do just about anything.
Drives
It's
the
just-
ladies crazy.
It's like lazy. Well, that's that. What is it in Anchorman? The Panther.
was it? It works
60% of the
60%
time
of
it
the
works
every
100%.
time. Yeah.
It'd be great if we could remember something between
Panther.
the two of us.
Yeah.
So let's just get back to Doctor Hormone.
You got
it. Dr. Hormone here, when we are introduced to him, he is kind of on his deathbed,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
He's a man in his 80s.
Hormones can't save you now, doctor.
But the the doctor that's there is basically he has the heart of a 20-year-old, but for some reason all of his other organs are failing.
It's all those hormones.
Yeah. Well, he's going to die. He doesn't know how to save it. His granddaughter, Jane, sometimes referred to as Janie.
Jane Hormone.
Yeah, her name is, Jane Hormone. Which I'm assuming then
What a
it's
stupid name.
it's never given her last name. So they
So
didn't
it's
even
gotta
write
be.
it.
Sure.
But she decides, hey, doctor, can I give him this life hormone he's been working on? Doctor's like, hey.
the?
Yeah. Doctor's like, hey, it's not going to, kill him. It's like, hey, can't make it.
How do you know?
He does it, but he's just like, it's not going to make it any worse. Go ahead.
Okay. Well,
So
I guess he's got a
she
point
kind
there.
of forces it, past his lips as he's, slowly just passing away in the neck. Boom. He turns into a 20-year-old version of himself. That is Dr. Hormone.
Past the lips,
He is
down the throat,
past the lips
over
to
the
the hips.
Here it goes. I don't know how that goes,
I
but
think that's exactly how it goes.
something like that.
So what we're dealing with here is
That's
our
what
main
Nazis
character.
used to say in the war.
You know this?
I don't know.
You're a Nazi
I don't
historian?
know. Yeah. Yeah. big Nazi closet
I'm
at
gonna
my
have
house.
to. I might have to start second. Just maybe reconsidering.
Sure.
Podcast co-host here for a second, but
or
we'll-
just change the tone.
that is true. We are no longer about comic books.
It's all Nazis all the time, boys and girls.
So we're introduced here, and he, man, this is so far off the
Yeah,
rails.
I'm so sorry. Okay,
You're
go
fine.
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm bringing it back
Yeah.
in. So Dr. Hormone here is
Yeah.
now a 20-year-old version of himself.
Okay.
He is brought over. We are introduced to a country called Novoslavia. Novoslavia?
Novoslavia.
Novoslavia. It's a
Novoslavia.
small but profitable country, right?
With what? I mean, how do they profit?
We don't know.
Okay.
This is lazy writing.
All
You're
right.
going to get lazy writing throughout this whole thing.
Maybe that's what their profit
I'm
is.
trying to set the scene because also what is interesting is this is not individual tales. Like I said, it's an anthology.
Yeah.
So the story's continuous. It's like a long episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle, except not entertaining at all.
Okay.
Or entertaining for the completely wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So-
I'm fascinated by this. Whatever's going on there.
A truck darted off.
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
Yeah. There we go.
It looks like a bunch of stuff just flew out.
So basically, Novoslavia is worried about
Novoslavia.
other countries invading them.
Sure.
Because they're small, yet profitable.
Timely, political.
Right? Exactly. But they don't have the forces to contend. So
Yeah.
they're offering anybody $25 million for a solution.
What?
Right?
Okay.
It's basically like a talent contest. How can you save our country? The winner gets $25 million.
Right.
So Dr. Hormone's going to show up with Jane because he takes Jane everywhere.
Okay.
She's in all these adventures.
Yeah.
Dr.
Fits in
Hormone
his
shows
pocket.
up with his suitcase full of hormones to show off what he can do.
Sure.
The guy packing the bags is there just to steal the hormones.
Think about that. You had to get on a plane with a briefcase full of hormones.
Yeah.
That doesn't set off any alarms.
No.
Okay.
Well, he's there for the $25 million.
Yeah.
But I mean, back in this time, no. But anyway, the guy handling the bag steals all of his hormones.
Okay.
So he has to show up at the consulate there and be like, hey, I'm Dr. Hormone. And they're like, oh, yeah? How do we know? You don't have any hormones on you. They basically don't believe that he's a doctor.
That's his like his name tag.
Yeah, but they don't believe him. He's like, well, show us what you can do. Oh, you don't have anything you can do. While this is going on, his granddaughter, Jane, slips a pill into one of the members of the Ministry of War were introduced. His name is Rasinoff. He is he's going to end up being the main villain for the first part of this story.
How could he not? His name is Rasinoff.
Oh, just wait. They like their own jokes so much, they change his name later on.
Oh, neat.
So Jane drops a pill in his coffee.
Uh-huh.
And what happens when he takes a drink of it, Rasinoff basically sprouts like ears and a tail, and he turns into half a donkey. He's half man, half donkey.
That sounds like my ex-wife.
If you haven't guessed yet, the joke that they make later on is they call him in there Asinoff. Obviously, because he's a donkey.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
He is referred to as Asinoff after issue 3.
This is okay. So here's how much ADHD I have, or whatever. There's a guy that's turned into part of a donkey here. But what I'm fascinated with is this goose that had to get out of the way of the car.
I didn't even notice the goose.
There's a goose having to get out of the way of the car.
I didn't even notice a goose getting out of the way of the car.
Don't run over those
so
gooses.
Basically, it's like human Pinocchio. And he's turned into half donkey. Yeah. But it does...
This is from the pill.
Yeah, from the pill that she put in his drink.
These people are just willy-nilly with science.
That's it. They play God all the time, and nobody cares, as we're about to find out. But
why didn't they just give Hitler a donkey pill and then be done?
Well, this produces maybe one of my favorite panels. It says, though Asinoff can still talk and think like his old crafty self, Dr. Hormone's powerful hormone has given him all the strength of a donkey. Down there at the
he's
bottom
kicking
right.
A guy.
It is my favorite description of a page I've been able to read so far.
I like the fact that when he kicks somebody, it explodes.
Oh, it does. Well, it's that donkey strength.
It's a donkey punch.
Literally. Well, it's a donkey
with
kick.
your feet.
So he's trying to get away. We find out that Asinoff, we're just going to call him that because that's what the writers call him, was the one who set up the stealing of the hormones in the first place when he arrived there, because he's a spy for Eurasia.
Eurasia.
That's right. Eurasia is the country that's trying to evade Novoslavia.
Was Eurasia a thing?
It is.
In 1940?
I should have checked on that.
You know, like a real thing?
I mean, I know it was a real thing at one point in time.
At one point
I don't know
it was.
timeline-wise.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to make the joke, is you make up a country, but then use a real country that's invading
Well,
it.
the real country's invading them, yeah.
So, but he's not able to get away. He's trying to get away with both the hormones and Dr. Hormone.
Right.
So the Eurasians can use them. He's not able to do that. So then, basically, Asinoff is able just to get away with the hormones.
Yeah. I love the fact that his name is Asinoff.
Yes.
That's
and
really
they keep it Rasinoff through the first couple issues, and then they change it.
Okay.
To Asinoff. They love their joke that much.
Yeah.
So
that was smart writing back then.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this is a character. The stories for the most part are all written by R.S. Calendar. Don't know if that's a pen name or not. Yeah. And there's 7 appearances
R.S. Calendar
of Doctor Hormone, and the first 5 appearances are drawn by Robert Bugg, who he kind of feels like we all become a family later because he starts going by Bob Bug.
Bob Bug.
So,
oh wow, nice job.
But I forgot to give credit there. So
those are not real names. Nobody's last name is Bug.
Look right there. It's
No. I'm saying I fully believe you. The fact that
don't you dare question me, Mike.
I just question the fact that could exist. That somebody's last name could be Calendar and Bug.
Well, I'm sure it is. There's a lot of last names out there.
I guess so.
I mean, I'm trying to think of last names I know.
Smith.
Yeah, I mean, but there's
Johnson.
I don't know. We all know weird last names, I'm sure. I don't want to put anybody on blast for the last name, but
if your name is Bug, please contact us.
Contact Mike. Call him and ask him.
Contact me. Ask me why I'm doing the movie phone.
Exactly.
That's right.
So, Dr. Hormone, now without his hormones.
Movie Vold.
The Prime Minister, though, is like, Dr. Hormone, we do want to go with you.
The Prime Minister.
The Prime Minister.
Sure. Of Eurasia or of Donkeyville or whatever this other. Oh, Novoslavia.
Novoslavia.
Okay.
His name, here's how lazy they were. So, Asinov, the bad guy.
Yeah.
The Prime Minister, Smartenoff.
No, come on. What would be better is if his name was like Jime Binister or something.
Smartenoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the head of defense is Battlesky or Batalski or whatever they want to go with. Battlesky.
Loyal but hot-headed. Oh, it says chief. The way that it's lettered, it looks like chef.
Maybe he was.
He's the hot-headed chef.
Anyway, so Dr. Hormone is now without hormones.
By the way, I got to stop you for 1 second. I just want to compliment you on your printouts, your quality of material here.
Okay.
It is. You've really overdone yourself. I mean, it's very nice.
Is that a good thing?
No, it's a real compliment. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
wait. Have you not given me real compliments before?
Well, no. But this is the
good
first
to
one.
know now.
Yeah. No, I'm just impressed.
Now I'm just going to count this as the one compliment Mike gave me.
There you go.
He did compliment me that one time.
Well, we're live, so.
Yeah, well, that's nice. Sure. Thanks. If people knew the monster you were off camera.
That's right, yeah.
So, back to the story. I
hate orphans.
I'm just having to set up the beginning. It's going to take longer. Yeah. The other ridiculous stuff we'll be able to dive in. But just
I got you. Sure.
Build the story.
Sure.
Basically, Dr. Hormone is without hormones.
Okay.
And so there's no way for him to, he's like, I'm going to use that 25 million to hire people and start working on stuff again.
Yeah.
So I need to test subject on my youth hormone to make sure it's good again.
Okay.
Like I have it down.
Okay.
Prime Minister's like, well, I'll go ahead and volunteer for it.
Okay.
So he gives it to him, and there's a panel. Where is it? I have to find it. I love this. I want to read it to you because it just made me laugh reading it.
So this is the Prime Minister.
This is the Prime Minister.
Asinov, or whatever his name is. Smartenoff, who's taken the reformulated
youth hormone. And scene. Well, doctor, if you're willing to assume responsibility for the death of the Prime Minister, I'm more than willing to take a chance at becoming as young and handsome as yourself.
Oh.
5 minutes later, now I'm Dr. Hormone.
Mm-hmm.
He's dead. A great good man killed by stupidity, Janie. What can we do? This is where they hide the body.
Okay.
And then, no, I'm kidding. So, basically, though, Janie, while this is all happening, or Jane is just crawling around on the gamma rays.
Look at her.
She accidentally falls, and the back of her dress gets caught on a handle.
Okay.
That turns a gamma ray on that zaps him, and he wakes right back up, and he's 20 years younger.
And what we did not realize at the time, this was the birth of OSHA.
So basically, he then turns to her and goes, "You little scamp. You've turned the trick again."
Oh.
Which is a weird thing to say now, but I guess in the 40s to say your granddaughter had turned the trick again. Yeah. I must have used a slightly different formula, and it needed a longer ray exposure. Oh, silly me.
Oh, goofy.
So now he knows his pill works. Do you want to know what he decides to do with his pill as he goes across Novoslavia? First, they go to like wards where there's sick people.
Sure.
And they encounter, he goes, "Let me see the sickest person you have here." Dr. Hormone asks the head doctor.
Wait, you can heal sick people by just making them younger?
By giving them this youth hormone,
okay.
right?
All right.
Well, It's all these hormones that he made. It doesn't give names for them all, but it just says, show me the most ill patient you have.
Yeah.
The gypsy woman is rumored to be over 120 years old.
The gypsy woman.
Well, after taking the youth hormone, she looks like Betty Davis. So, he also, as I give this to
crone. Look at that.
Yes. Also, there's a sick and dying infant to where he gives his youth hormone, or it doesn't say, I don't think it is. Yeah.
Save my
him,
baby.
doctor. Save my baby. He gives him it. Oh, it works. I clean forgot. He has to learn to walk and talk after this, though. I'll stop cradle snatching.
No.
Yep. And it's a grown man.
She's turning tricks.
Now,
he's cradle snatching.
Now, it's a grown man now in his mother's arms going goo-goo, too. It's a big baby.
Wait.
He turned the sick baby
Into a man?
into a grown man that's an adult baby.
How? Doesn't that go against, like, what he was trying to do?
Yes. Just wait, because you know how they built up their army? That's right. They convinced the Boy Scouts into taking pills, turning them into soldiers.
Sure.
Dr. Hormone is playing quick and loose with physics and is playing God and is basically turning old people young people old, and basically making child soldiers this country's army.
I can't get over this
And
grown
he
man
is the
going goo-goo.
good guy in this. Okay?
Yeah. Boy,
So
we were searching for a hero.
then Asanov takes the hormones back to
I like how you say that like it's a real thing.
Eurasia. It is. I mean, that's his name.
Asanov.
Other things we can get into now after we've set the main stage and we know how it works out.
Yeah.
In the second issue, I'm not going to call them issues because they're just stories.
Right.
The first story is the longest. It's like 8 to 10 pages.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah. And then everyone after that is shorter.
And you're looking at like six
like
panels
60
tops, something like that per page. Yeah.
It's like 68 pages per this book, too.
Okay. All right.
So it's one of
that's
like 8 stories.
That's a
in
pretty
there.
big anthology.
It was a thick book. Popular Comics Monthly
We're gonna hit them with quantity, not quality.
Well, also what happens basically in the second story that we get to, basically how he avoids the war that's going to happen between Eurasia and Novoslavia is he has rigged the bombs.
Yeah.
He has called them he's told me he's working on this deadly gas. But what it really is,
aren't we all?
As it's a gas that when you inhale it, it turns anybody whose nationality is not Novoslovian.
Come on.
Let me find it so I can read it verbatim to you. Here. I developed a hormone gas which, when inhaled, subtly transformed any nationality into loyal Novoslavians.
Wow.
To win official sanctions, I had to say that I developed a deadly gas. So he's basically saying, I had to tell y'all that I was, making this deadly gas so you'd let me build this giant bomb.
Yeah.
But really, I was doing something much worse. If you think about it, I have created mind control bomb gas.
Mind control bomb gas.
I mean, he's saying, whoever inhales this subtly transforms into the loyal to another nationality.
That's really great.
Right?
Boy, if we only had some of that now.
So, issue 3 is where things get even funkier.
Trump. Sorry.
I think we got it.
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, sorry. I wanted to make sure that was clear.
Again, I want to call them issues. Appearance 3 is where we get a little weird. And I only have the first 2 with me. I have the other 4 at home.
Yeah.
I didn't bring them with me, but I'll let you look through this when we're
Name
done.
the stars and win one of the 50 prizes.
I made sure to include that so you could look at it.
That's very nice.
And that's the thing is on the back of one of the others, I made sure to include like the whole page of ads. I was like, Mike would want to see that.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
I know. And then I forgot it at home.
That's okay.
So I'll bring it next week so you can still look through it and we can talk about it.
I'm looking forward to this big action-packed episode next week where we got Charles Barkley, Godzilla, and ads.
Yes, and ads. So basically what happens in the third one, Asanov finally decides we'll attack with germ bombs over the capital here.
Yeah.
And they do. And so everybody's like super sick and on the cusp of dying from these germ bombs. Dr. Hormone is off trying to figure out a cure for this. There's a scene where they attempt to bomb the building that he's in, and just like a Mickey Mouse cartoon, the ground opens up and the whole building he's in slides underneath it, and the grass rolls over like it wasn't even there.
Yeah. Well, and you're also dealing with a universe here where birds have bombs in their talons.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So Asanov thinks, hey, if I just wear a hat, nobody and a mask, nobody will know. Not like a mask, but like, one of our just face mask.
Right.
Nobody will know that I'm not Doctor Hormone, and they'll believe me and take this vaccine that I've made.
Yeah. No, don't worry about the ears. Don't look at the ears.
Well, it's under a hat.
Oh, okay. You put these giant ears under a hat.
Yeah, it's in there.
Right.
And it's also like he has donkey legs too. We've seen before.
Oh, no.
And it's not like they're not going to notice that. No, because where is it? Yeah, right there. He's like, all I got to do is wear a hat and they won't know it's me.
Oh, my God.
So, but he...
Long live Hormone.
Oh, I didn't tell you too. The people of Nova Slovia love Dr. Hormone so much that he's kind of like... He's kind of like a dictator in a way.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give the orders. It's super weird. But the people love him. So Asanov has taken all of Dr. Hormone's hormones and just like mixed them all together.
Yeah.
He thinks that he's created something that'll basically make everybody who's Slovenians. I don't even remember it. No Sloven the country.
Yeah, Novoslavians.
Thank you. Basically, we'll turn them into Eurasians. Like he's trying to pull what...
That's not the way it works.
I know, but he's trying to pull with just injecting you with something. But what it does instead is it turns the people of Novoslavia into animals.
Mm-hmm.
It turns them all into animals, almost the entire population.
Yeah. There's one down there at the bottom.
Is that the...
Man turns into a kangaroo.
Yep.
With a pipe in his mouth.
He does. Ho, ho, ho. Bill's turned into a kangaroo. Hey, somebody, pick your pocket. Don't know what that means.
Well, he's got the pouch.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
But he can still talk because he says, yeah, well, it's a swell place to carry bombs for Eurasians. So these people get turned into animals, and instead of being freaked out, they now think, what can we use our animal powers for?
How can I help the country?
Exactly.
Right.
And
this one says, wah, wah, look, my gosh, we're hyenas.
Yep.
Wow.
Wah, wah, look, my gosh.
How crazy.
We're hyenas. Can we make a t-shirt? Can
Wah,
that
wah,
be
look, my
our
gosh.
first piece of merch where it just says, wah, wah, look, my gosh.
I don't even think we include the hyenas thing. I think we just say, wah, wah.
We just do our,
look, my gosh.
I think that's an H, actually. I think we're just blind.
Oh.
Isn't it? The lettering's weird.
I am blind. I don't.
But that could be hiya, look. Either way, it's not good.
Hiya, look,
Doesn't
my
it?
gosh.
Hiya, look, my gosh.
Well, and then the other guy says, hiya, what's so funny?
Oh, man, their hyenas are dead on.
Hiya.
So it's funny because somehow like everybody that works in a job that could benefit from that animal power does.
Yeah.
Like a squadron of flying officers receive their wings at last. Wings of eagles, So they're half birdmen. The half birdmen are like, hey.
I never thought that I would long for Black Condor, but that story makes more sense than any of this.
Right? Just wait. Like a taxi cab driver, I guess, gets turned into a horse that he has to ride later in the appearance.
Sure.
And the horse says, I'm installing a meter and radio next week. Then I get a union card. This horse has got jokes.
Hiya.
There's also, he goes, I said, that'll be 6 bits.
Wah, wah.
There's also, so long, everybody. I got to go see a man about a horse blanket.
Ba-dum-bum.
Then he's teasing at the end. Hey, did I ever tell you about the time I won the Derby? That's all those jokes in one page.
Wow.
That's the only time the horse appears in the entire appearance.
I like how
to tell jokes.
I like how the horse is talking to a dog that's as big as the horse.
Which, by the way, he's a bloodhound.
Okay.
So he has a cop hat on.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's either that. They couldn't figure out how to put the magnifying glass in his hand.
So,
Paul.
The other weird things that happen throughout these issues of Doctor Hormone, because I didn't tell you. So
Eagle Flyers prepare for action.
All the other Novoslovians decide we're going to use our animal powers and we're going to go bomb Eurasia then.
Yeah.
Well, Doctor Hormone, doing his math, realizes, wait, that's going to wear off in 5 hours.
Oh.
So they have to send, of course, all the male people who are courier pigeons or doves or whatever they are. I guess some
they're flyers.
Slightly faster bird to go catch the other guys to tell them to turn around.
We just need a slightly faster bird.
But don't worry, they don't have to worry about it because in the next appearance, we find out Asanov has kidnapped Jane, and they just hear that on the radio and turn around and come back anyway.
Wow.
So like that is completely dropped.
Okay. So if anybody's looking at this, I just want you to see the bird with the human face. That's one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. Some of this old art like this is creepy to begin with.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's a man face on a bird.
Let me close out.
How big are these birds?
They're human sized.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, like, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
They'd have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, they're gigantic.
Let's get to
But there's a nest.
Let's get to one of the weirdest things though out of everything.
Oh,
of this
we're not there yet.
So Jane is kidnapped. Dr. Hormone goes to save her.
This could be the origin of Captain Carrot and the Zoo Crew.
You could be if you wanted to make it. You could
you
tie
really
them together somehow.
Yeah.
But
hormones. It was hormones
it
all
was
along.
hormones all along. But so when Dr. Hormone goes to Asanov's castle to basically get her back, he's thrown into like a prison with her. Well, what happens is it's just them and her flea circus. They're like, just enough space for you, your granddaughter, and your flea circus.
When did that happen? When did a flea circus show up?
Well, here's the thing. Those fleas are people.
Oh.
No. So she has a flea circus that she's carrying around
that are people.
She's keeping pets. She's keeping pet fucking people.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
No, but it's just a flea circus.
Yeah.
If we don't think about it,
sure.
Cool. But it's just funny to think about because what he does is he's like, you know what we can do? And he pulls them out and he is able to, I don't know if he has it on him, but he turns them back into humans.
Oh.
But when he turns them back into humans, they retain their flea powers. So these men,
what are flea powers?
Well, apparently
I can leap.
You can jump around so quick that you can dodge bullets.
Oh, that makes sense.
And you have super strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
From this point forward, the 5 men that he turns from fleas back into humans are his bodyguards.
I can't tell you the number of times in my life I've heard somebody say the power of a flea, that sort of thing. Yeah,
well, it's enough for them to eventually lift a train.
Oh.
So, but they're able to get out. They defeat Asanov and everything's good over here. We go back now to... now we're still here in this country, but the war's over.
Okay.
In one issue, we're met with this guy comes up to him and says, "God bless America." And he's like, "You're not American." Because apparently nobody if you're not American, you can't say it at this time.
Right, sure.
But he's trying to set up a meet for like some other like-minded, like the FBI wants to use him to help him fight the Klan.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's also
Give
the
him some of
40s.
those hormones.
Now that we've done fighting for saving this nation, let's fight against the Klan.
Eurasia.
Sorry. Basically in that issue,
this is crazy.
So dude, they're on a train. They're on a train headed to Knoxville, to Fort Knox.
Oh, sure.
On the way there, the Ku Klux Klan, who is working with, there's another country that we find out that's working against America. That's Nazia. And it's
Wonderful.
not, and it's Nazians or people from Nazia. Wonder who they were trying to talk about. They're working with the Klan though.
Okay.
And so the Klan is trying to stop.
Well, that makes sense though. I mean,
it's trying to stop Doctor Hormone from getting to wherever he's doing to do whatever he's doing. And they tie him.
I'll tell you what he's doing.
And his granddaughter Jane.
Yeah.
Up to a cross, and they light him on fire.
No,
dude. But you want to know how they get saved?
Yeah.
You remember those flea boys?
Okay.
That were bodyguards?
Yeah.
They apparently remembered calls, and they start rubbing their arms, and all nearby fleas swarm and are able to suffocate the fire out. Like it's a blackout with how many fleas show up.
What the hell just happened?
Then the fleas attack the Klansmen, or as they call them, cluckers.
Cluckers.
That's what they call them cluckers.
Yeah, cluckers.
This is a kid's book, by the way.
Cluckers.
Yeah. So the fleas attack the cluckers, and they can't quit itching. And they decide not, hey, maybe water, maybe I should change. They decide nothing is better than the sweet, sweet release of death. And they run into a fire. That's right. Fleas kill all the clan members, including the main. I'm not kidding. That's what happens in the issue.
This is crazy.
I told you that's why this took over.
This was written in an opium den somewhere.
Right?
Yeah.
Then the very last appearance of, I'm making sure that I've covered everything. Yes. The very last appearance is by far one of the worst I've ever read of any comic.
Yeah.
And there's a character introduced called the Thinker.
Okay.
And basically what happens is
not the DC guy.
Not the DC guy.
Yeah.
There's multiple thinkers.
Okay.
I've included some of these panels so I can show you here in a second.
There's the cross burning.
Yeah, there's the cross burning.
Wow.
Here, that's actually in here. Offensive. But so
we didn't write it.
Well, I know.
I mean,
But like it's actually there. This is the 40s. Like they didn't care.
Yeah.
Also you can see like the fleas like approaching to put it all out. And then I can't remember, did I say? Yeah, you see the actual blackout there then.
Oh, yeah.
On
Look
the
at all
next
those fleas.
page. Wow. And then you also see how the cluckers, as they're called, have decided to run into the barrels of gasoline instead of dealing with the fleas.
Yeah, sure.
But that takes us to the Thinker, which is somehow the worst of it all.
You ever had an itch that bad?
That I thought, hey, let me run into a fire?
Right.
No.
I've had poison ivy many, many times.
I've had it. I don't remember this, and this is probably embarrassing.
Yeah. Me too. Everywhere. Is that what you were
I got
referring
it
to?
Yeah, I got it on my...
I had it everywhere as well.
I got it on my tuchus.
And, no, I had it at the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, around where lemonade's made. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I had it there. That's right. Yeah, I had it there, and
I
then
love how highbrow we are.
and then I will. You worked for Beyonce, didn't it? I mean, didn't she say it?
No, her album was Lemonade.
Oh, okay, sorry. But I had it, and it was like I say, it just got everywhere, right?
Yeah,
and you can tell how I spent my free time.
But again,
it started to go away, and then I got it again. It was like 2 weeks that I had this crap. I just couldn't keep my hands to myself. Well, I could, I guess.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it was rough.
Oh no, but still, you didn't think about running into a fire.
No, I really didn't think about running into a fire.
Well,
no, I just wanted to take a shower all day.
These are the world's worst fleas, which
is how it all started.
It all starts in this issue. Dr. Hormone gets a telegram from the White House.
Yeah,
Dr. Hormone. Nazians
Stop.
Nazians have crossed Texas border. Hurry, or your work will be useless.
Not Texas.
The president.
Signed, the president. Stop. Wow, that's great.
Then it says, suddenly from nowhere, from everywhere, a mysterious voice fills the room. And it's a big yellow, just like lightning-y speech bubble that says, I am the Thinker, Hormone. Come to me. And the whole issue or his appearance is him just following this voice.
That's how I met my wife.
She was like, come to me.
She was the one that said it. Yeah. I am your wife. Come to me.
This whole time he's just following this voice.
Yeah.
Right. Then at one point in time, people are still after him.
Yeah.
But the Thinker is able to kill off the people like behind him. He gives Dr. Hormone his power for a little bit, which all we know is Dr. Hormone yells at a plane that says, stop that dive or I'll blow you out of the sky. And they don't. And he honestly blows like this red breath at them and they fall and crash and then run away.
But there's no explanation as to how he got the red breath.
No, it just says the Thinker has lent Dr. Hormone some of his power.
He just yells at planes.
It's the Thinker has lent Dr. Hormone some of his power. That's all it says.
Sure. Okay.
Then they basically steal the plane and they're just flying towards the voice. Him and Jane. He's taking Jane with him.
Poor Jane. Why do these kids always get roped into this shit?
But he's flying towards the voice, and then eventually, like, they just hop out because they're out of fuel, and they just start parachuting down wherever.
They just hop out because they're out of fuel?
And they start parachuting through time, Mike.
Oh.
They pass, like a Viking ship.
Yeah.
And Rome burning. and like dinosaurs and cavemen. And then they're like, he's like, we're traveling through time to wherever the Thinker's at. The Thinker's like beckoning.
That's what that's what happens to you when you jump out of a plane?
Apparently, well, back then, I guess.
Oh,
I don't know. But so
we've solved it since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody
Global
falls
warming,
through time. Yeah.
I guess.
But they see like cavemen, and then Dr. Hormone goes, well, there's not much left of our time, with the world. And all of a sudden it turns into fire around them.
Oh.
But the fire's not like burning up their parachutes. And all of a sudden they land in front of like a Parthenon.
Yeah,
What is it?
Parthenon.
Where they have
yeah, Greek.
And it just says, you are in my presence, Hormone. You may not see me yet. To see me is to die. And then the very next panel, sleep now and tomorrow or yesterday we discuss.
Tomorrow or yesterday.
Hold on. I got to get through this whole thing. Sleep now and tomorrow or yesterday we discussed the defense of time's beloved America, mankind's last hope on earth. What lies in store for Dr. Hormone and Jane? Followed their adventures in next month's issue of Popular Comics.
And then they never appeared.
They never wake
again.
up. So that's what happens to them. You want to know?
Wow.
They're still asleep. Wait to find out who the fuck the Thinker is and what he does.
Wow, this was quite a journey.
Yes.
Yeah. But you did go past the ads.
Well, there weren't that was just a contest.
Oh.
I'll have to bring the ads.
I really like the Doctor Hormone thing because it was just nutso crazy.
Yes.
I mean, imagine being a publisher and you like have to approve this.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, oh I see. He turns into an ass. Sure, okay, yeah. No, the fleas. Yeah, now I get it.
Yeah. No, none of it makes sense. It's all absolutely crazy.
All right, just real quick. She retired from movies in 1940 at the ripe old age of 11.
Shirley Temple?
I don't know. He was named King of Motion Picture. Okay, here's the biggest problem I have with any of this.
Okay.
It's not Dr. Hormone. It's not the insane writing. You know what it is? It's the kerning. I can't stand this kerning. Look at Granddaughter.
I
don't like the kerning.
Granddaughter.
You knew you were going to run out of room, and you did it anyway.
It's just kind of lazy.
The word granddaughter is spelled GRAND dash DAUGH dash That's just lazy.
Oh man, no. So Dr. Hormone, there you go. Greatness from the.
It's preposterous.
And that happens all the time. It was so hard to read. Like Mike said, the kerning is
the kerning is terrible.
Fantastic. Almost said it's terrible.
Well, it's according to your view, I guess.
But yeah, no, it's so there you go. Dr. Hormone, his granddaughter Jane, the treacherous Novoslovian war minister Asanov, Battlesky or Batowski, the Novoslavian warlord, and Smartnov, Novoslavian prime minister, all of them. We bid them adieu.
You sound so disappointed in the fact that somebody came up with this.
No, it's not that. It's just because after all the craziness, like, it was going even crazier.
Yeah.
There was a voice that beckoned him out of the sky.
And they just went through time.
I don't know. I want to know what was planned because I read all that to you. And in my mind, it just runs for 7 months, right?
Right.
So a couple things happen. Either because they switched drawers.
Right.
Or artists.
Drawers.
Well, it says drawn by
They
here.
switched their drawers.
They but they switched artists, so I don't know if maybe, there's still a ton of issues of Popular Comics after this.
Right.
So
there are.
Yeah.
It's not like the comic stopped.
No.
They just went,
He stopped. So I don't know. I want to know if they went in there for appearance 8 and he was like, okay, so the Thinker, this is what's going to happen now. And they finally were like,
you're nuts.
RS?
Yeah.
RS calendar?
Yeah, you're insane, RS calendar.
Get out. You're done.
The entire populace loses consciousness.
Yeah. It's all through that. I mean, they were probably just trying to get out as much as they could. I don't think they necessarily cared.
This, to me, this panel right here, it looks like one of those Christian tracts. Like, you know, those little pamphlets that you would get that say, you know, we're all going to hell, or this is when the...
Yeah, it
That's
does
what that
kind of
looks
look like
like.
that. But
Yeah.
also, you bring up another good point. If you're able to look, and you can find this, I think it's Comics Plus is the website for anybody
Okay.
out there.
Yeah.
They have a great collection of public domain comics you're able to go and look
It's
at.
fantastic.
But in basically all of these panels, I've never seen a comic that'll explain like everything that's happening
Yeah, that is weird.
and then voice everything that's happening.
That is
again.
weird, yeah. It's
Like
almost
it's just filler.
it's almost like they just got over silent movies or something, you know?
I mean, it's 1940 into 41, so.
Easy, sister. In a minute. We'll be out of sight. Going down, everybody. Hang on.
It was a weird ride, but again, I want to read.
Buku is a graveyard, by the way.
That's the capital of Novoslavia is
Sure.
Buku. Buku. I would like to read again my favorite thing from this before
Please
I close
do.
out, though.
Please do.
Though Asanov can still talk and think like his old crafty self, Doctor Hormone's powerful hormone has given him all the strength of a donkey.
And now a prayer.
Or no, it does feel like there should
It
be
does. It feels like there ought to be
something.
something. Yeah, it's like you finished a sermon or something. Yeah.
So next week, though, we get to look forward to Charles Barkley.
This was
versus
fantastic,
Godzilla.
by the way.
Thank you.
Great research.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm gonna try to get into some more of these. I've come across some.
I mean, it's garbage, but
Oh,
still, you
yeah.
did a great job of presenting the
Thank you.
garbage.
Oh,
Yes.
well, thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
You are a great garbage man.
Oh, well, thank you.
Sure.
That's 2 compliments. Do you mean that one too?
I do mean that one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do it one night.
You did it.
This is a marquee night.
Well, my wife's out of town.
Oh, okay.
So.
I
I don't know what that means.
don't know either. Batman's on HBO Max now.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm gonna watch it again
Are you?
because I love this movie too much.
Yeah, it's a very good movie.
I have a hard time. I'll probably watch it in spurts now though that I can.
I don't care what the long box says. It's a very good movie.
Oh, I forgot they didn't like it. You know what though? I usually like a lot of other stuff they have, so we'll
Yeah.
make.
Sure. All right, next week, Godzilla versus
Godzilla
Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley,
Plus
everybody.
ads.
Plus ads.
Ads.
So we have a lot to get into then.
It's so hot in here.
As always, well, I mean,
Yeah, it got
when you're
very
this hot, like,
Yeah, that's true.
just kind of,
Right, I got you.
it's too much
Again, my wife's
machismo
out of
for
town.
one room with the 3. Is that an invite?
Eh.
My foot's under the table. I
Not
thought
really.
you could
I'm
have tapped
tired.
it.
I'm tired.
Like we're on podcast, and you had so many ways that you could just like quietly just give me that nudge, just a
Hey.
kick under the table.
Want to come over and
just
pretend to be a
something,
donkey?
But no, we're gonna put it. All right. Good night, everybody.
Nah, it was great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
So, as always, thank you. Ooh, there we go. As always,
Yeah.
thank you for listening. Find us Instagram, Bros, Foes, Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Email us if you would like to. Tell us what you think, who we should dive into. If you have any inclinations of somebody to do that there.
Sure.
Did I?
Oh,
Oh.
our in-studio producer caught a faux pas.
And I thank you.
Yeah.
So on Instagram, it's Bro Fo Hero.
Okay.
No S.
All right. Great.
So I've been doing it wrong all the time and then
it's
wonder why
okay.
nobody can find us.
Eh,
Man, that's on me. Like I have nobody else to get mad at but myself and Mike. I'll get mad at Mike too.
yeah, sure.
So
You can also go to roguemedianetwork.com.
that's true. Email us
and-
bros, foes, and heroes @gmail.com.
Yes.
That does have the S's.
Yes.
Roguemedia.com. Tons of great
Rogue
content
Media
there.
Network.com.
Excuse me. Rogue Media Network. I'm going to
Everybody
go ahead and
says
just...
it that way. It was already taken,
No,
so I couldn't use it.
roguemedianetwork.com.
Yes. Any longer and it'd be illegal.
I like that tagline.
Yeah. Thank you.
So until next time, thank you everybody for listening. We appreciate it as always. Stay safe.
Bye.
Got a gun.
Bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.